Here's the problem. I am that chef that directs other cooks at the moment. Mm-hmm. But I just can't get out the kitchen. I can't.
You gotta get you out the kitchen, man.
I can't, man. I cannot. Because if I'm not there, I feel like something is not done
right. What's going on, y'all? It's another episode of Double.R.Podcast. I'm your host, Rod, and I'm here with
Rico.
And we're here interviewing one of our guys, longtime friend, you know,
Stallone,
big chef, gun chef.
You know, the
you
one
feel me?
Yes, sir. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, man. What you do, man?
What's going on, y'all? You know, it's your boy Chef Sly, also known as Sylvester. You know, the only one and only.
Sly Royal.
Sly Royal, right here. You know, owner of Fresh Food Fast and the Terrace Lounge. You know, I'm here with my boys, my guys, Rico and Rod, longtime friends. Like my brothers, we're blood.
Yes,
you know,
man.
thank you so much for having me on the show. You know, I
course,
really appreciate
bro.
it for real, man.
No problem, bro.
You know, it's a blessing.
Right into it, man. So, what got you into cooking, actually, bro? Let's get into the beginning.
How far? Now, when people ask me this question, I ask you, how far do you want me to go back?
As far as you was before you pick up that first knife,
memory,
and your first memory of cooking, that first food you burnt.
Man, you know it's crazy. The very first thing I could go back and really say, what really got me into cooking was, it starts off with my dad.
Yeah.
It starts off with my dad. My dad is actually a world-renowned chef, world-known chef. Forgot how you actually say that phrase, but he's a really well-known chef. Mm-hmm. And he got into the culinary world when he first came into America. That was one of his first jobs. He tried nursing, but he really became a chef, and that's what he really does. He likes to cook really well. And he was one of the top chefs that worked at the Hard Rock and the Coconut Creek Casino, and he was a lead executive chef for a while before he opened his own business. But that's another story. My dad really inspired me to become a chef because I seen the magical things that cooking really does. Mm-hmm. Like, you could put a beautiful plate of food in front of somebody, and just by how it's presented and how it smells and how fragrant it is and how it's really, really handcrafted and taking its time to do even the finest things people really miss with food. It brings so much joy and pleasure to the right taste and the right eye.
Yeah.
So I would say, you know, what really brought me to cooking was just the joy that I used to see my dad bring to people. Okay. And I was like, damn, I really want to do that one day. Just make people really happy to see food.
Yeah.
So that's what really started. But I could say I really picked up something and burnt something at 10 years old.
Oh. Would you say his style of cooking influenced your style of cooking?
A little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, it did. But working with so many different people in different kitchens and different atmospheres, I learned how to maneuver and cook in various ways. So become very multicultural. Mm-hmm. So there's not like any cuisine that I can't really cook for. I just have to really put my mind to it and create a cuisine or create just like a menu or just something knowledgeable to a sort. Yeah. And just cater to it.
Okay. Now, what is the first thing you actually cooked and burnt?
Honestly, the funniest thing, y'all gonna laugh at this.
Yeah.
What's that?
It was eggs.
Of course, man. I feel like
it was eggs,
first
man.
thing everybody cook is eggs.
It was eggs, bro. Scrambled eggs.
How were you trying to make them?
Dog, so it was a sleepover. It was my 11th birthday.
Yeah.
It was October 31st back then. What, 2011? No, it was like 2009.
Yeah.
2008. I remember it because all my cousins were there. Mm-hmm. And we were all hungry. We slept the whole night. We had a sleepover. And it was like, damn, we hungry. My parents were sleeping in bed. It's a Sunday. The birthday party just happened on Saturday. Man, I went in the kitchen, started chopping up some onions, almost cut off my fucking finger. Wait, can I cuss on here? I'm sorry.
You can.
Oh, shit, my fault. Yeah, shit, my fault.
That Jack getting to him already, boy.
Yeah, that Jack hit me, man. Look, and you know what's bad? I try to stop drinking, man. Honestly, man. For real, bro. It's not good for me, man.
We don't influence people to drink on here, but when they do come, somehow they drink.
I influence people to drink on here.
You know, it's your fault, Rod. I blame you, bro.
Pressure.
Rod, what's wrong with you, man? That's not good.
It is not good,
It's not good, bro. It's not good. But yeah, man. It was eggs.
It was eggs, yeah.
I almost cut off my finger doing it, and I was trying to stir it around the pans just like how my mama do. Nah, it didn't go out good. And it was salty as fuck.
Yeah, too much salt. What they say?
But we all ate it, though. We all ate it. We all sat there and ate it. My mom was dying laughing. She's like, Sylvester made these salty-ass eggs. And everybody ate it.
Now, I know you mentioned your dad. Did your mom ever, have you help her a lot in the kitchen growing up?
Now, let me tell you, my mom, here's the honest truth. My dad is a great chef.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I feel like my mom got my dad. in
Yeah?
cooking. Yeah.
Oh, you don't want him to see this clip.
Yeah, facts.
So honestly, I learned a lot from my dad, but I also learned a lot from my mom. And that's what, with the two, I just learned how to cook really, really well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like I said, if you ask me for a recipe right now, I could probably think of something in my head that's either damn near exact or relatable,
Yeah.
or could get you the flavor exactly what you need.
Okay.
So it's like I learned a lot of cuisine, a lot of different styles of cooking, as far as Haitian cuisine, as far as Jamaican cuisine, as far as American cuisine and Latin cuisine, Italian cuisine, which is very, very delicate.
Yeah.
Is there a certain culture that you like to, cater to? Like you like to cook more than?
Honestly, I love it all.
Yeah.
As you can see, like when you come to my restaurant or you come to the food truck, there's different things. There's like country food, which is like fried chicken. And you got your fried shrimp, very big and fluffy, Louisiana seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could get you a nice pasta, a la olive vodka, or you could get you even Alfredo, or a jerk Alfredo, which taps into jerk, which is Jamaican cuisine.
Okay.
Different things. So I could say like I collaborate a lot with different things, or even my tacos. Now everybody loves my tacos. Latin.
Yeah, turn up on a Tuesday at your spot. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Taco Tuesdays.
So how do you go about navigating? Because I assume that you want to grow your name, right? I know. I think just this past year, you were mentioned in a newspaper article. They did an article about you. Can you speak about that and just dive into how that made you feel, getting that type of exposure?
So my thing is, I would say in this industry, exposure helps a lot grow a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
And the one thing I could say is hard to get good supporters, good exposure, and be really, how can I say it, appreciated for it, or praised for the good things that you do. A lot of times, if you just look for that in a business, you're not gonna find that. So with that feeling, like me, I'm not the person that actually goes looking for that, but me as a person, me feeling like getting renounced for something that I did good, it made me really feel really joyful. It made me really feel like, damn, you know what? I love what I do. Seriously.
Yeah.
I don't do it for the money. If it came to it, and money was not an option in this world.
Yeah.
And then you had to pick one thing that you had to do for the rest of your life, and it was cooking. I'll pick that every day.
Damn.
Without no regrets.
Yeah.
And I'll live a very joyful life. Cause I love what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
know.
And now, how has your style of cooking changed over the years?
That is a very good question. I would say in my style of cooking, I went from not knowing how to hold a knife to being able to like carve fruit live and like do sculptures and do different things with the knife that people wouldn't even see on a regular basis.
That's pretty dope, bro. That's pretty dope. Can you explain to me? Because I just want to know for the viewers out there, up and coming chefs and stuff like that, what goes into, the food truck, the whole purchasing, and how did that come about?
Okay, so there's many ways you can go about purchasing a food truck. There's a lot of unclear ways of how people actually want to purchase a food truck, and the best way I could probably say is by building a business, starting off. So you could use your own money, or you could use the government's money to fund the dream that you have. Creating a business plan is probably the best thing that I could suggest somebody to do, is because you know exactly how much you want to spend and exactly what it is that you want to do with your food truck plan. Because if you go in there blindsided, you're going to pretty get lost in just trying to find little events or little parties or little catering to do, compared to actually when you get big corporate events like for the W Hotel, or you could get something for the Diplomat or different contracts like that, bigger contracts, which actually makes the purchasing of the food truck worthwhile. Like, a lot of my clients are more so corporate compared to just like little pull-up shops, because corporate contracts compared to little small subcontract, yes, the good money sometimes can be good, but speaking from the corporate side, it's more beneficial.
Yeah.
Especially when you have those good relationships, because then they're going to entrust you to do bigger things for them.
So would you say it's very important for you as a chef to build a lot of networking?
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the times I travel to different places to meet with different people just because I would like to, be in the same atmosphere as them or, build a social relationship.
Yeah.
And a lot of those relationships come with good bondage, and those things come sometimes benefit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because they say it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly. And in this
Put you in better
business, you could not know nobody. I promise you won't get far because it's going to be hard for you to communicate.
Yeah.
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 So was cooking your actual first passion though?
No,
No?
it wasn't.
What was your first passion?
Honestly, it's cars.
Cars?
I love cars.
Now dive in. What you mean by cars? Like being as far as being a mechanic or collecting them?
Like both, man.
Both?
When I was young, my mom used to buy like me little toy cars,
Mm-hmm.
and I would take them apart and try to put them back together.
Mm.
Like even like the little race cars and the Hummers with the remotes and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Take it apart, try to put it back together, and it's little miscellaneous pieces.
Yeah.
I used to love doing that, and until I got my own car, I realized that you can't be doing that.
Yeah.
Y'all know, man. You remember? Okay, let's speak about my
Bruh.
first car.
Oh my goodness.
Remember the Chrysler Sebring that I had?
Yeah.
Okay, I had an old 1998 Chrysler Sebring. Was my very first car.
Drop top.
Leaking in the back. But I took my dad's speaker that he had, like the old school big box speakers like this big. I took that shit and wired it into the trunk of my car to the back two speakers and put it as like a sub.
Mm.
Why did
Hey,
you
you
do
gonna
that?
make it
Bro,
work.
because man, I wouldn't
Make
have
it
had that
work.
boom in my car.
Make
And I
it
couldn't
work.
afford subs at the time.
Trunk
So I was
was
like,
shaking.
Trunk was
yeah,
shaking.
bro.
Boom.
Shaking.
Boom, boom.
You know, it was slide before he even got to the school.
Exactly.
Yeah, you did.
And y'all was like, yo, you got a nice system in your car. Little did you know, I just took my dad's speaker out of his fucking living room. It's funny.
That's crazy.
That's
But so cars, man, I just used to love putting shit together, sound in cars. Like every car I've had, I like probably did some work to it. Like even my car now, I drive a Tacoma and I put subs in it because I just like music.
So you just like to play around with the sound system.
Sound systems and like work on the engine a little bit. Like just do work to the car, keep it real clean and nice. Like
Now, have you taken any, culinary classes or any schooling to help your cooking?
actually, I did.
Yeah, where'd you go?
Honestly, I went to ATC for a little bit right after high school.
Mm-hmm.
I never fully graduated officially,
Yeah,
and that's honest. But because I got hired by a kosher catering company
yeah,
that taught me all the knowledge that I was going to learn in school, I took that route compared to finishing school, which was, and honestly, I should have just did it just to say I did it.
yeah,
But the knowledge that I learned from working with different world-class chefs and being in this industry, I would do that opportunity all day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you dive a little bit more? What type of exposure you got doing that?
So right now, I'm actually one of the excuse me. Actually, right now, I'm one of the chefs that work with a gourmet design kosher catering company.
Yeah.
Now, this kosher catering company is located in New York, in Westbury, Long Island. They're called VIP Ram and Danziger Kosher Catering. I travel with them all the time to do events and big parties. I'm one of the head chefs on the Garmager team.
Oh, that's good.
So that right there is
Yeah.
a beautiful, beautiful thing to learn how to do. I started off when I was 17, straight in high school. When I was skipping school to go work, that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing.
Skipping school to go work.
I was
bro.
working with this kosher catering company, learning every little meticulous thing as far as how to wash a fucking vegetable.
Yeah.
How they wash their vegetables is beautiful. They take so much meticulous cleaning into just how they pursue their food. So I learned all of that knowledge just by working with them and skipping school.
Okay, so
Which is
how
bad.
important
but
would
I
you
still
say it is to
graduated
be
with
very
honors.
sanitized? Then?
Very.
Yeah,
The cleaner your food is, the better the taste of your food is gonna be.
the better the quality.
Like me, if you sit there and watch me clean chicken, you'll be like, "Okay, Sly, hurry the fuck up!" Like, yo, come on, I'm hungry.
Low-key, off topic about that same thing that you were saying. I've seen like videos, and I was watching a video today. Like they bought fruits from like Walmart, like strawberries, and they put it in this liquid, and then they wait like 30 minutes, and you see like worms and maggots and all that stuff climbing out the food and stuff like that.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could actually happen
Why? What is the cause of that?
because of the pesticides and the bacteria that they spray on the fruit to actually deter some certain bacteria and certain animals.
Mm-hmm.
They grow in certain atmospheres and certain liquids
Uh,
at a
they
rapid
will
rate.
grow in the strawberry.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there's certain things that you could eat. Also, you ever seen why they say dogs have worms at a certain point
Yeah.
when they're babies? Why is that? You have to get rid of the worms because of what they eat, and that grows at a rapid rate because of their stomach acids.
Yeah.
Damn. Now, what is your process before you start to make a meal?
My first process, the first thing I do, I wash my hands. That's the
a
first thing I do.
Yeah.
I wash my hands from hands all the way down to my elbows.
Okay.
I wash my hands really, really well for at least like 5 minutes, going into 6 minutes.
Damn.
How much can you wash your hands,
Bro?
How clean can your
Rod,
hands be?
Rod, it's a process, man. This is how I cook. Like,
Okay.
you wonder why the food is good. This is the process.
Okay.
So the first thing, I wash my hands.
Dub.
I wash my hands for like 5 minutes, and people look at me crazy, but people don't really catch me doing it because I do it so quick. I hurry up 5 minutes, and you're like, oh shit, you washing your hands? DJ sees me clean all the time. He's like, how do you do that shit so quick? But
Repetition, bro.
well, first thing, I wash my hands and then I sharpen my knives.
Okay.
So I sharpen my knives, get my cutting board right, and then I figure out exactly what I want to cook.
Yeah.
Like today, I was gonna make some. What was I making today? I made a lot of things today.
I think we were talking about like some steak or something.
Okay, if I'm gonna make some steak, okay, perfect example. Me, I like my steak marinated really, really well.
Yeah.
First, if I'm gonna make some steak, I want to get my steak at room temperature.
Mm-hmm.
So I take it out the fridge and I put it in a room temperature in a glass bowl or a metal bowl. That way it can contain the heat or contain the chill
Yeah.
from the actual steak. I make my marinade. Your marinade is very important. If you want to make a steak today, I would say you should have did it yesterday. That way you could enhance the flavor.
Yeah.
Okay.
But basic steak recipe, I like just rosemary, salt, pepper, fresh garlic, some mojo,
What
and
is
maybe
mojo?
some mojo.
Mojo.
Yes, mojo marinade.
Okay, that's how you pronounce that?
Yes,
Mojo?
mojo.
How
How do you say it? I would love to know how you say it.
I never said it.
He's about to say mojo jojo.
Mojo.
I was gonna say that, but I never
I
said
know
it.
you were, bro.
So good.
I just
man.
seen it. I was like, "Oh, that must be Mojo," but I never said it out loud.
Oh my
You know what I'm
god.
I don't got no use for it, man.
What? You don't got no use for it? Man,
Yeah, I
Rod, have
got
you
no
ever
use
cooked
for it.
yourself a meal?
Yes,
What have you
but
cooked
I never
yourself?
used Mojo.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Damn, man.
Hey, real quick, Juan, have you ever used Mojo?
I don't even know what that is.
What? Oh my god.
That's the intricacies of being a
I
chef.
gotta search it up. I don't know.
What?
He said, I gotta search it up.
Spanish, mojo.
What? Yeah, mojo.
Yeah.
That's how you say it.
Mojo?
Mojo.
Let me see that.
Mojo marinada. Like, I don't know. It's like a mojo marinade. That's what it says.
Okay.
Okay.
That's so crazy. You don't. Sorry, why am I talking out the mic?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cook with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just didn't know. But Rod don't cook with it.
I don't cook in my
That's
house.
sad.
He don't.
That's very sad. As a man,
Hey, you gotta give him some lessons.
as a man, bro, you gotta learn how to cook for yourself.
Oh, I know how to cook for myself. I cook the basics.
What do you cook, fam?
Eggs.
I know how to cook eggs. I know how to make rice, and I know,
You know how to make
spaghetti.
rice?
Yeah,
I want you to make me some rice for real.
I got you.
Really?
Yeah, I
It's gonna
got
be
you. I'll make
crunchy.
you some rice. I don't use no rice making nothing.
You don't use the rice. You use a
I'm
pot,
firing him
huh?
up, but I'm just as worse.
But man, y'all eat
shit.
good, man. That's good. Nah, I'm happy for y'all.
But okay.
He said, I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for
No,
you.
he not.
But, yeah. But no, man. Honestly, fam, it's like I really just like I take my time with cooking.
Yeah.
I take
Yeah.
my real good time. Honestly, when I'm gonna make something, I take my time. If I'm making a steak, I use a quick mojo, like I said, rosemary, salt, pepper, granulated garlic, or some regular minced garlic, and I put some Scotch bonnet pepper in there, and I blend it up, and I add some herbs,
that
maybe.
means.
Yeah.
So maybe some cilantro, maybe some parsley, throw it in there, blend it up, add some olive oil, just make a full marinade.
Okay.
Let it sit, and I think about what I want to eat
I'm
with it.
thinking about this.
He
in my
making me
head
hungry
right
already,
now.
bro. I'm like
Good.
thinking about
So,
This is, I can hear it sizzling on the stove.
so like me, I like steak and I like fish too. So what I'll do,
Okay.
I'll pair it with some salmon.
Mm.
Now the salmon itself, I'll sear it. The way I'll sear it, I'll put some paprika.
salmon and steak.
Yeah, I eat both proteins because I'm not eating like a big portion. I'm eating like a
Okay.
smaller portion of each, so that way you get the full meal with the starch and the vegetable. I'll make me some simple broccoli, you know, or if I want to, I'll make some risotto and I'll put the broccoli in it.
Damn, bro.
This nigga
That
just
sounds
making
good.
risotto.
Yo, it sounds good, but it
No,
also sounds like
seriously,
this man
like-
speaking a whole different language.
What?
But like, that's when I cook for myself. You feel
Yeah,
me?
nah, you.
When I cook for myself, I cook
see
like
you
crazy.
treat yourself right.
I do.
What?
Yeah.
Like my salmon, what I do, I season it with some paprika, complete season, and some fresh lemon juice.
Yeah.
Just put some little bit of olive oil on it. Let it sit, and then the lemon juice, the lemon pepper that you put on it, it like sits on top of it, and it just like creates like a nice crisp on top.
Yeah.
And you get your nice hot pan
Yeah.
with some olive oil. You sear your salmon.
You know, when DJ Khaled was talking, Lil Baby, keep going.
Keep going.
But now I know you're a little bit competitive because you did do sports with us. How competitive can you get by doing cooking competition, and have you been in any cooking competitions?
I've actually been in quite a few.
Yeah.
Yes, I won about 4 of them,
Mm-hmm.
and all of them I've done. Actually, I lost one recently, and I was actually kind of upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I knew I put my all into it. It was a soup jumu competition.
Oh.
So I made the best soup jumu. Everybody in the whole entire crowd said it, but it was because of favoritism. They chose somebody else. But
We gotta go jumping for you, bro.
it's okay. You know, things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I feel like maybe our soups
I
got
hope that other
confused.
person was Haitian.
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's not that they made it bad. It's not that they made
A white
a soup
person?
that wasn't good, mind you.
Yeah.
Their soup was excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. But I just knew the time that I took into mine and the passion that I put into mine and the things that I did different in my soup compared to theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was well more put together. And I
Yeah.
feel like that should have been accounted for compared to my soup. It's not that the soup wasn't good, it wasn't tasty, nothing. It was delicious. Shit. I fucked up that soup.
Now,
Yeah.
can you describe to some of the viewers who don't know what soup jumeau is and give them what it is in our culture?
In our culture, soup jumu is celebrated on January 1st of every single year.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Haitian celebration of our world independence.
Yeah.
For when we actually renounced our independence from Great Britain and the French.
Yep.
So, well, every January 1st, the slaves would celebrate by actually making a big soup of pumpkin and squash and the vegetables that they didn't want the
So
slaves
good.
to. They actually gave those to the slaves because that's the vegetables that they didn't want back in the old days. So the slaves would create that and use all the soup and all the create all the vegetables and put meat in it and just make a big soup out of it with noodles and everything miscellaneous.
Yeah.
I literally took carrots. Mind you, you don't see people do this. I took carrots, I put them on a mandolin, and I julienned them paper thin like this. Beautifully. Same thing with my celery. My onions were cut so perfectly diced, like I made sure of it. Fam.
Hey.
You feel me?
Competitive nature. Come
No,
out of here.
seriously. My potatoes.
I put the carrots on
You
my
know,
mandolin.
you know what I did with my potatoes?
I was like,
I took my
mandolin,
potatoes
no.
and I did
Yeah.
it on I took a rondelle, like a melon baller,
Yeah.
and I made them round. My potatoes, like this big, perfectly round, in my soup. And you tell me you're looking at this, you're like, yo, this beautiful combination. I even put julienne red peppers that were perfectly finely cut that just stuck out the soup, just sitting on top. And then the corn, I toasted the corn with butter, Parmesan cheese, and Parmesan Romano. What? Before I even put it in the soup, so the flavor was just there.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to make me a bowl.
Yeah.
When Jared
That's how,
goes.
or actually, that's how I make my soup. But just think about
Yeah.
all that, right? Compared to everybody, just like, they made the great soup, but they didn't do the same thing I did. No,
Yeah.
That was like, damn, dude, that hurt my feelings, but it's okay.
I mean, you won 4 of them, so you got a couple more competitions.
Yeah,
you
I
got
ain't gonna lie
some
to you.
wins under your belt.
One thing I actually won a competition for was actually my buffalo grill.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Everybody loves my buffalo grill.
Now, would you say to younger chef, do you think competitions can help them excel?
They could, in a beautiful way, as long as you take the right steps and you follow the right people.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of misguidedness when it comes to actually cooking in this world. And, you producing something great, don't let nobody take that from you. People will
Yeah.
take advantage of you in the most slightest of ways. So I would definitely say, like, if you have something, hold on to it and definitely put your all into it. Don't give up. Nah, hell no. Put your all into it.
Now, what are some of the tools you think that coming up as a new chef, you would need?
Tools.
Yeah, like what are some of the things you think like?
The hardest thing I could say to find is a great mentor. Somebody to follow.
Not everybody's lucky you had your dad as a mentor.
I had my dad as a mentor, yes, but there were certain points that my dad wasn't always a mentor. I've had other people in my life that actually really inspired me to pursue my passion in cooking.
Okay.
Even though I was doing and scrambling and doing a lot of other things, I really pursued my passion in cooking, and that came from the help with great mentors who are chefs. So I would say definitely start off in a small environment.
Yeah.
It could be from a pizzeria. It could be from anywhere, from a small pizzeria. It could be from a small mom and pop restaurant where you're learning to actually start from the roots. Starting from the roots will teach you a lot of knowledge to pursue later down the line.
Yeah.
Because when I started in my parents' backyard when they was cooking for catering and doing events back in the day. I saw them boiling the meat, seasoning everything, and they said they built a whole kitchen in their backyard when I used to live in North Lauderdale. So
I got a question for you. Do you ever look at it as like I don't want to say competition, but just wanting to be the best chef that you can be? You ever look at it like, I gotta be a better chef than my dad?
honestly, me and my dad go tit for tat all the time.
Yeah.
It's friendly competition.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
So he's better than you?
In certain things, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even arguing.
Okay.
Like, his Mediterranean ideas are through the roof. And it's just like, wow. Like, I would have never thought of something like that.
Yeah.
It's even down to the little things of how he presents everything, which is like so finely. It's like, wow, okay, you got me.
Yeah.
His Italian is good too, but I got him beat on Italian.
Yeah.
I got him beat on Italian for sure.
Yeah.
So for my Latin cuisine, it's me and him. It's both of us. We're really good at it. Latin cuisine, especially for like my taco ideas, like my stuffed tacos, like even how we marinate our lobster or even our steak for our tacos. Me and him go head for it.
That's good.
That's good though to have that competition in the kitchen.
Yeah,
that's how you iron sharpens iron.
Exactly. So if you have someone who's challenging you up, you can be like, okay, yeah, I gotta one up you.
Yeah, but
like,
the best chef in the house is mom.
Oh yeah, mama. Yeah. Mama got that beat for real. My mom, listen.
Like
there's been recipes.
Next time I see him,
mind you, there's been recipes I've created, and my mom, and she added to it, and she made it even better.
Damn.
Like, I think mom just got that touch, bro.
Yeah,
they just know what to do.
My mom got that touch, and don't sleep on it. My grandma too.
Of course.
My grandma, she will sit there and take goat, and she'll clean it out, all the fat, nurture it, and just like really sit there and cook it down really finely, just really get you to taste the goat. Don't sleep on grandma now.
Hey, most people don't know, but this thing this man keep doing is a Haitian thing where he keeps sucking his teeth.
Yo, okay, I
Here's the
apologize.
biggest
What I just did
thing
when you
that
just
you
suck
can
your
do.
teeth is like, oh shit, like that's
Yeah.
wow. I'm gonna pour me up another one.
Cause this man just letting it rip.
Yo, hey,
They probably like, why you keep doing that?
Yeah.
Y'all got me sitting here talking, man.
Yeah.
Y'all got me.
Okay, man. So how did you guys, took on the challenge of opening a lounge? Whew.
Okay. I'll give you a good answer.
Yeah.
When we first decided to open a lounge, my dad had the second restaurant in Caribbean Delight. That's the one that's right there in Tamarack.
Right there, yeah.
Everybody knows. I used to have a hookah lounge called Fresh Food Fast Hookah Lounge. If you guys didn't know about it, it was back in 2021.
I believe so.
No,
yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
The ending of 2020 is when I opened in November.
Yeah, you did have it right next to the.
Yeah, you opened in
Fresh Fruit.
November.
Yeah. So that used to be my dad's old banquet hall. We used to do events and parties in there. But we had that space for a while, and we wanted to reconfigure it. I used to DJ at that time and just have the food truck and still do events and parties. Too. But yeah, I used to DJ. That's fun. That's
Slow
fun.
Royal.
Sly Royal.
He was DJing.
To the DJ Sly.
I ain't gonna lie, he had the things too, my boy.
Yeah, man.
We get into that, but let's continue where we at right now.
But I would say, I used to DJ at this one hookah lounge.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you the name, but let me tell you, I went in there one night, and it wasn't popping always, but there was just one night. It was like the right atmosphere. I looked, and I swear there was like 50 hookahs in that whole room just out, and they were selling them at $100 a fucking hookah.
Yeah.
That's crazy as fuck, fam. And me, I was looking at it, I was like, yo, maybe I could do this too.
Yeah.
So I decided, I was like, yo, told my dad, hey, why don't we open a hookah lounge, set up with tables and chairs and stuff, and then we took our money, we invested into it, and we built it.
Okay.
So that's how the first hookah lounge started.
Now,
And now we have rooftop.
how do you manage, being a chef and managing a hookah lounge?
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can't be two places at once, and you have to delegate a lot of your obligations
Yeah.
a lot of ways. And sometimes, it's not easy, especially when you have a lot of things that come up last minute, a lot of things that require your full undivided attention, some things that are more important than others. It's very hard to manage. But I could say, God be the glory. I'm blessed. I'm blessed that I'm able to just always figure out a way to manage something.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't always have to be bouncing back and forth like that. So I'm trying to find a happy medium of just being able to delegate my obligations and my opportunities.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, what are some of the ways you grown your mindset to be able to operate at like this full, business guy and being a chef?
That's a very good question. One more time with the question. Repeat it one more time, just so I can make sure I grasp it.
Hey, I love when I do that to people. But I was saying, what are ways you've been improving your mindset to get to this point?
Honestly, prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer helps a lot.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of times I don't have a clear mind or a clear vision of something that I want to put together in my head.
Yeah.
But it could be right here in the front of my head, and I just ask God for clarity. Sometimes I just try to open up my heart enough just to find the right way to go about doing something or making a decision. I just ask God for clarity.
Okay.
And most of the time, it might not come right away.
Yeah.
Or it might not come in the way, just like, boom, it comes right now. Oh, here's the answer to your question. But it comes in a different form, or there's a different opportunity that presents itself that enables me to do what I have to do. It just, I'm a person, I believe in God. I'm a very spiritual person because I feel like with me, I've been through a lot in my life.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I don't rely on God, I'll just be dumb.
Yeah.
I'd be dumb to sit there and think I have my own will to do things.
Yeah.
But I could say that me being able just to be open enough to just open my heart up to pray and just ask for guidance, it helps me in a lot of ways.
Okay.
And that's why I could feel like, sometimes I'm able to do what I do.
So, what are some of the challenges you bumped into going along the path of being a chef that you wish somebody would have clarified for you at the beginning?
You won't have time.
What do you mean by that?
You won't have time.
You gotta explain.
Time waits for nobody. So the biggest challenge I could have is fighting against time.
Yeah.
Whether it's me running late for something, whether it's me trying to be on time for something, or me trying to manage my time, to make time for myself even. You don't have time. Time is one thing that waits on nobody. It goes along with you or without you. And I wish somebody would have told me, like, listen, time is of essence. There's a lot of things I wish I could go back and do twice, but you can't.
Yeah.
So time is one thing I wish people told me that's something that you should value more than anything is your time. Because there's been a lot of times, even in the business, my time has been wasted. A lot of times.
Yeah.
And I feel like me wasting my time with certain things, it just pulled me away from something I could have done better or something I could have done in the long run with my time.
Yeah.
Especially when, like, say for instance, I had to do an event for somebody and this person doesn't want to match my budget, and I'm like, I should do this person a favor. Yes, it's a good thing to do, but now you're thinking about, like, damn, should I do this favor or should I go use my time to go do something else? That's an example of something that I could use. But most of the time, I usually take the good route, and you know what? It works out for me.
Yeah.
Whether I could think, would this be a waste of my time? I'm like, you know what? Let me just still do it.
Yeah.
Let me just help somebody out, or let me just still do it just for the benefit. sometimes you meet somebody there that you'll never know.
Damn, that's
A
good.
lot of the times I meet good people just by being at the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Would you say that? No, not would you say. How have you faced the challenge of doing too many favors and then learning that? Yeah, it's good to do favors, but then again, you get taken advantage of.
That shit bites you in the ass every time.
Yeah.
That shit bites you in the ass. You could help everybody, but when it come time for you, ain't nobody gonna look out for you, man.
Yeah.
That's a rule.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be sitting there relying on, oh, you know what, I did this person a favor. They're going to look out for me. Man, then people got their own thing going on.
Yeah.
You got to think about it. You all for yourself in this world, man. This world is tough, and it will eat you up if you don't really snap up and do what you got to do to get your shit done.
I got a question for you. I don't know if we talked about this yet, but what was your best memory when it had in terms of cooking? Like, what was your best memory that you have cooking? What was your worst memory that you have had in the culinary field?
Okay. I can speak from both parts. The best memory I could have is just me producing.
Mm-hmm.
Producing, pumping out food, getting things done. Waking up every day and just going to do what I love with no stress behind it. Not caring about the money, not caring about nothing else. The worst is the fatigue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The fatigue will beat you down.
You gotta take time to take care of yourself.
Yeah, you gotta take some breaks,
You gotta
man.
take some time, and this
Be in
is
the
why
grind so
y'all
much.
know one thing I love to do is travel.
Yeah.
I love to go to different places. Like, I've been to a lot of different countries, a lot of different states. I love to travel because if I don't travel, I think that's my getaway.
Yeah.
So with my time and my money, I like to just explore different things and try different things all the time. But let me tell you, the fatigue. Imagine standing on your feet for 36 hours.
Yeah.
Non-stop, drinking shots of coffee, shots of tequila and coffee just for you to stay up.
Sheesh.
Eating vegetables while you're cutting them fruits and vegetables like you're a rabbit. Working for 36 hours straight, non-stop, on your feet with these freaking shoes on. Dog, that's not easy.
Yeah, it's not.
And trust me, and then you gotta go to sleep for a couple hours, then come back the day afterwards and do it again.
Yeah.
And work from 4 a.m. all the way to sometimes 1 a.m, 2 a.m, and then go home, drive way almost an hour and 10 minutes home, and then wake up in the next morning and do it again. Imagine that.
So what are
That
some
should be beating you
ways
down.
you've been trying to look at to moving away from being the chef that's like in the field cooking to the chef that's directing the other cooks?
Here's the problem. I am that chef that directs other cooks at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't get out the kitchen. I can't.
You gotta get you out the kitchen, man.
I can't, man. I cannot. Because if I'm not there, I feel like something is not done right. And that's a bad habit because I do rely on a lot of people. I do depend on people, and I appreciate the hard work that they do. But sometimes, I'm just like, nah, I would have did that different.
Yeah.
And me, I like everything so, like, I'm so, like, nitpicky and precise with things. It's like, sometimes you're just, hey, yo, shut the fuck up. Just leave your shit alone.
Yeah.
I just, it's fine,
Yeah.
But it's just me, man. I can't get out the kitchen, bro. I can't.
Can't get him
Like,
out the kitchen.
If somebody's making something in the kitchen, I go and like, what you doing? What you putting in there, man? Let me go see what you doing. Like, nah, why you did it like that? Nah. Even behind my bar, I have a full bar. A full ass bar. My bartenders be working. I be sitting there watching. I'm like, why are you doing it like that? Like, I be watching and I'm like, oh, what? And she's like, oh, no, I know what I'm doing. Or he's like, oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, oh, no, you did it wrong. I'm like, taste what you just made. Like, I've done that before to people.
Oh my God.
And it's bad because, you know what, sometimes you could teach people a valuable lesson, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Yeah, I always do it jokingly. I'm like, man, what you doing there? Like, But honestly, I'm like, I'd be dead ass serious. I'd be dead ass serious.
This man's
like,
a monster,
I'm
man.
like, what are you doing? Like,
What's that famous chef? What's his name?
Chef Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah, that's you, bro.
Yo,
Nah,
fuck
I'm
that.
playing.
Y'all gotta
Chef Gordon
eat at his
Ramsay's,
restaurant, fam.
He's
Yeah.
100 like that, bro.
I have 7 of his cookbooks.
Wow, it's a good
He's
thing.
like
It's a
that,
good thing
though.
I brought him up because one of the questions I did have before we get you out of here, and one more after this one, because I know you're busy. What are the outside of your parents? What are the chefs you looked up to that you're like, damn,
Oh, man.
I want to be this person?
Man, I have a good friend of mine. I always talk about him. His name is Chef Patrick Adams, the owner of Gourmet Design Catering. That man right there is like a father figure to me. He's like a brother to me.
Mm-hmm.
That man has taught me a lot. When I say a lot,
Yeah.
a lot. When I didn't know shit, he taught me.
Yeah.
I give it to him. Cheers to that man. Here's a drink, Chef Patrick. This is to you, fam. I want to say this is to Chef Patrick Adams of Gourmet Design Catering. Look him up. Trust me, he will make you happy. That man there, boy. That man can cook.
Yeah.
That nigga right there, boy. Shoosh. That man can cook, boy. I give it to him. For Thanksgiving, you should see. What? I've never had Thanksgiving dinner so delicious. I swear. American country Thanksgiving dinner. What, fam?
Yeah.
His cornbread is like fluffy, like just like a piece of cake.
Damn.
Anyways, Chef Patrick Adams. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, somebody I don't know. Chef Gordon Ramsay. That
Yeah.
man right there. That man taught me how to make scrambled eggs the right way.
Yeah.
And I make mine different. I gotta put heavy cream or creme fraiche in it, sour cream, and I whisk it into it, and I make it actually more fluffy, and it comes out perfectly yellow.
Damn.
Delicious.
Now let's get into this. So, what is your overall goal and dream, bro?
Sorry, I have a bad cough. My goal is to open up a beautiful, beautiful, fine restaurant
Mm-hmm.
in a hotel, maybe, with a nice nightclub.
Mm.
And then that's my dream. Just
What
be
would you
running
call it?
right there.
What would you call it?
I actually have a name for it.
That's why I asked. What would
I
you
do have a name for
He
it.
not ready to release that name. He said, I ain't giving it out.
We get the exclusive.
It's a French Italian name.
Okay.
So it's gonna be French Italian inspired club and restaurant and hotel.
Okay.
Beautifully designed, beautiful decor, everything.
Okay.
That's my dream. And then and also I want to build a hospital.
Mm.
I've always wanted to build a hospital in honor of my mother. My mom's a beautiful person, and she just loves helping people. And I feel like the way she can help people feel better is always by nursing, because she's always nursed me out in
That's
every
good.
way. So I feel like I should build a hospital.
Yeah.
That's my dreams. But that I know that'll take time. I've
Yeah.
looked into places
Yeah.
like crazy, ridiculous dreams, and I don't know why, but I always see on the front of my head, it's like I see big dreams, big
Yeah.
dreams.
That's
You
good,
got to
man.
dream big. That's
I
what
always
I'm
dream
for.
big.
Vision boy.
Like I'm looking at a place right now that's for I can't even afford it. Like $45 million for a place.
Damn.
45 billion.
Million,
Oh,
billion, boy. What the hell am I paying for?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like what?
billion,
I'm not
like
paying. I'm not funding no war. That's like crazy, fam.
planet.
$45 million. I'm looking at this place. I'm like, damn, this place would be beautiful.
Yeah.
It's right there in Miami.
Yeah.
And then they have apartments above it on the third floor. I'm like, yo, I would live there. But realistically, $45 million on one building, not a good asset. Not at the moment, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, this market's crazy.
I wonder how
Yeah.
much them goddamn tenants is paying. In that
Exactly.
For real,
How much my
bro.
tenant's gonna be paying for a 2-bedroom
10
apartment
bands-
on
10
Ocean
bands a
Drive?
month.
That's ridiculous. You don't
Pop.
do
20
no
bands.
shit like that.
Oh, on
no.
Ocean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
come
That's
on.
easy.
Nobody's gonna pay for that,
I'm making
bro.
a killing.
You're gonna make a killer guess on
Yeah.
a restaurant, but think about my restaurant. You have people
Yeah.
going up and down in an elevator to go up to their home.
Yeah, people not going to like
in the,
that.
yeah, in the middle of a
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah, people
not a
not
good
gonna like
idea.
that. The elevator's in the middle of the restaurant?
Yeah, it's in the back.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So they
But
gotta walk
if you
through?
see it, you're gonna be like, "What the slide, yo? I can see you cooking in here, bro."
Yeah.
Like, you see it, you'll be like, "Okay, this is your vibe."
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is always modern or very very fine
Mhm.
antique colors, and like the nice light blues, the nice wood decor and the stone. That's me. Or the nice greens. That's me.
Yeah.
Or the nice black and modern and the white and the granite. That's me.
Okay. Now, before we get out of here, man, share your socials to everybody so they can know where to find you.
Okay. So if you want to find me personally, well, I don't usually give my personal anyways, but my personal is Sly_Royal. My food truck page is freshfood_fast. And then we have La Terrace Rooftop Lounge, which is the newest restaurant, and also a rooftop lounge and event center. It's called @Terrace Rooftop Lounge on Instagram. And you can also find us on Facebook.
Mm.
So
Man, we appreciate having you on, man.
No,
We can't
man, I
wait for these
thank
people to
you.
try your food out.
I appreciate
Head
you.
to his restaurants, man, and his lounge.
Thank you
He's a
guys. I
great
really
chef.
appreciate you, man. Thank you. You guys
I need
inspire
some
me to
food
do
after
good.
this.
Honestly, my wife.
I've been cooking for these guys since we were in high school.
We
when I was
bum
doing
plates off him.
all the time.
We bum dead ass.
He
dead
cooking
ass.
for us right now when we
Yeah,
get off this
dead
seat.
ass.
No.
Yeah.
All right,
I ain't
man.
gonna lie to you.
We
Fool's
out.
man,
That's
I
a
got
wrap.
you.
Catch us in the next episode.